Well, the death is announced of the former Member of Parliament or a Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon, Emmanuel Chemantingejakun. He is reported to have passed on after receiving medical treatment at a hospital in the United States of America. Emmanuel Chemantingejakun was a former chief executive for the now Food and Drugs Authority. He became Member of Parliament after contesting in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency elections in 2012, and he's been a Member of Parliament since 2013. Well, we also know that he was a pharmacist by profession. But we'll speak to not only his colleagues, but family and friends today. May he so rest in peace. But let's move on. Human rights campaigners are asking government to extradite former Gambian leader Yahya Jammeh to Ghana for his role in the killing of some 56 migrants, including 44 Ghanaians, in 2005. A 2008 ECOWAS inquiry into the murders concluded that the 56 were killed by rogue elements in the Gambian military. The group, however, say they have uncovered fresh evidence which shows the crimes were state-sponsored. 2 years after Mr. Jammeh's overthrow, JoyNews Justice Bedu traveled to the Gambia to find out more.
Martin Chue dreamt of a better life in Europe, but that would remain only a dream. He and 56 others were caught up in one of the most brutal massacres under Yahya Jammeh. Now he is the lone voice fighting for justice.
So, okay, they are going to kill us. Everybody was crying. Everybody was crying. So we left from that road to the forest where the pickup find its way through the forest, and we get to a valley, and I tried to get off my hand from the wire, and I said, hey guys, my hand is off. And they said, okay, it's God who wants to save you so that you can tell the world how and why Jammeh have killed us. You should tell our people that we are not able to make it. We are dying, we are here. They should pray for us. So while the pickup was about to stop, I jumped from the pickup. And I heard back there, who is that? But I did not look back. I decided to jump. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. I was tied by something in the forest there, and it brought me down. Then the gunshot passed over me. Everywhere, bullets, everywhere. So I decided to relax small. So they take another direction and shooting there. So I just wake myself up, and I heard a shout from the back there. Oh God, save us! Oh God, save us! Radigio, Radigio! And gunshot follows. Then I stopped. These people has been killed.
The riverine coastlines of Gambia is one of its most treasured tourist attractions. Yet it was inside the forest that cover it that some of the worst forms of atrocity committed under its former dictator happened. Among the 56 murdered in cold blood, 44 Ghanaians. Paul Ewua, Kwabena Fosu, Isaac Asante, the list goes on and on. They all have names, even though some were never identified. After 13 years, what remains are the many unanswered questions about who ordered their massacre.
Here, this is where the story began, here in Sali in Senegal. This is where the migrants
Human Rights Watch has spent more than a year investigating how the killings happened, but
they landed here in Barra. A former jungler who left the team in 2010 and went into hiding spoke to the radio for hours, and we have transcribed that, translated that into English. And that jungler talks about that killing. And he says, we took our orders from the president. There's another jungler that is in detention right now in the Gambia who has said exactly the same thing. The jungler we talked to has also confirmed this. And there are many other insiders who could confirm that the killing happened, that the junglers were only responding to orders from the president. So it would be very difficult to deny such strong evidence.
Out on the streets of Banjul, the Gambian capital, signs of a nation healing wounds from 22 years under a junta leader who ruled with an iron fist. At this victim support center, some of the people who lived the horrors of Jammeh have come to share their stories and look for help. Adama Conte's husband was also killed in 2005. She was pregnant then. Now, with a 13-year-old fatherless daughter, she too is calling for justice.
I am appealing
to the Ghanaian government to help the Gambia get justice for their families, since all the Ghanaians were killed in Gambia. Also, my husband was part of them, so we need justice now in Ghana or anywhere else.
We need Buchanan justice there, Gambia or Ghana, Buchanan justice.
We will face him in court because we want justice. And he also wants justice.
Yaya Jammeh is currently in exile in Equatorial Guinea under the protection of his one-time friend and fellow strongman Obian Nguema Mbasongo. Mr. Jammeh and his rogue regime have evaded justice for 13 years. Now, with this fresh evidence, it seems there is enough fodder for another attempt to bring closure to this matter. Justice Beidou, Joy News, Banjul, Gambia.
And away from the Gambia, Ghanaians should by the end of 2021 come to have an efficient and robust power sector, which should also result in lower electricity tariffs. This is according to the Electricity Market Oversight Panel, which has been given the mandate to ensure reliable electricity supply to support the socio-economic development of Ghana. Speaking to Joy News on the sidelines at a stakeholders engagement, the administrator of EMOP, Eric Chem, noted that a market rule is being set up to govern the electricity market. We'll bring you more on this report.
The former Minister of Energy, Dr. Boache Jako, in 2017 charged the 11-member Electricity Market Oversight Panel, EMOP, to find a lasting solution to the lapses in the electricity sector in the country. The new market rule announced, according to the panel, will ensure the effective and consistent application and quality standards in the electricity market. Eric Chem is administrator of the panel.
When the rules are in place, you know, the ultimate aim of the electricity market is to ensure competition, which will then lead to efficiency in the cost of production of the wholesale suppliers or the utilities. This would then have an effect on the price we pay for electricity. So, touch wood, that is what we are pushing for. So all we need to make sure is that we put all the right structures in place, and then we can have the full establishment of the market, and then you and I can all enjoy the benefits of the market.
There have been concerns about conflict of interest because members of the board are representatives of the major players in the power sector. But Eric Chem disagrees. He believes the panel will still be objective.
Membership on the panel are not from companies. So, for example, if you are from VRA, and then you are a member on the panel, you are representing wholesale suppliers. You are not representing VRA. So at that moment, though you have an interest as a VRA, as a company, or as an IPP, your interest at that point should be that of the group you are representing. And basically, that's why they are there, to represent the interest of the larger group.
EMOP believes Ghanaians will soon begin to experience the benefits of its work. Nancy Emefa Jodosi, Joy News.
Now let's go to the Ashanti region. Final year students of the Kokufu Nursing Training College may be unable to sit for the 2019 licensure online examinations. It is because the school has inadequate computers to facilitate the examinations, despite repeated calls by management to government to address the shortfall. At the school's 10th anniversary and matriculation, Principal of the school, Beatrice Williams, drew attention to the issue. Nana Sensumensa was there in our reports.
The Nursing and Midwifery Council introduced online licensing examination for nurses and midwives this year to improve the old system. Established 10 years ago, Kokofu Nursing Training College has infrastructural challenges. The only 3-story building serves as classrooms and administrative offices, resulting in congestion. The most pressing challenge currently, perhaps, is limited computers for final year students to write the online licensure exams.
At the professional level and to give the highest standard of nursing care to my patients.
It follows introduction of online examination by the Nursing and Midwives Council earlier this year. Madam Williams shed more light.
But we are praying that we will be able to get at least 100 computers before next year. We are hoping. That is why, as part of our 10th anniversary celebration, we are asking people to donate. We are telling parents to give freely. We have also written that corporate bodies should also come and help us. If this situation maintains, then I'm actually praying that it shouldn't be so. But if it is so, then it means that we will have to take our students to another school for the final exam. And look at Kokofu. Kokofu is about 2 hours drive from Kumasi, right? So if we have to take probably 180 students to another school, maybe Kumasi Nurses Training College for exam, it will be very difficult. So we are praying and hoping that we know they will come and help us.
Teachers' accommodation and access road from the Kokofu town to the school are among other headaches.
Yeah, it's affecting teaching and learning. In fact, we have about 25 teachers, but we do not have any staff accommodation. The district assembly built 2-unit block for us. So currently, only 2 teachers are on campus who are taking care of about 600 students. So our tutors commute every day from Feyasi, from Kumasi, from Kronum to this place. So when you have a 7:30 lecture, it means that you have to take a bus from the house. You have to set up around 4 or 5 a.m. You realize that before the teacher gets here, he's tired. He or she wouldn't be able to give much of his strength or skills.
Reporting for Joy News, Nana Asensumensa.
In other news, the National Commission for Civic Education is calling for greater collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority to encourage subscribers to embrace the proposed electronic renewal cards. Ashanti Regional Deputy Director of the authority, Joseph Kwekuyeboa, believes the Commission has the capacity to reverse the dwindling fortunes of the scheme. He was speaking at a stakeholder meeting in Kumasi.
The NHIS will roll out an electronic renewal of cars nationwide by the end of the year. It follows successful pilot in Walwale in the West Bampusi municipality of the Northern region and Osojaman district in the Eastern region. The trial resulted in a tremendous decrease in the number of clients who took to the NHIA offices to renew their cars. Mr. Eboa believes their involvement is crucial.
The National Commission for Civic Education is in all the districts in this country, and then we need to collaborate with the National Identification or National Insurance Authority, so that each of the districts, people will be able to interact with the people in the communities, educate them about the new policy that the health insurance issue is coming about. You will recall that in Ashanti region we have 42 districts where we have our district directors. So in our management meeting, when these district directors come, we will educate them about all these issues that we have learned here. They in turn will also go into their district and educate them, so that everybody in the community will have information about this new policy that the health insurance people are bringing on board.
NHIA Deputy Director of Corporate Affairs, Oswald Iso-Mensah, says the authority intends to digitize all its operations.
To allow members to renew their policies at the comfort of their homes without having to queue. So we're trying to solve this particular problem. In terms of our communication, what we're trying to do with this project is that we want to achieve UHC through improved access to affordable, quality healthcare for all residents in Ghana, and to improve the financial sustainability of the scheme by reducing the registration bottlenecks end the costs to NHIA. This is what we are trying to do. And of course, we have some specific objectives that we are trying to do. We are trying to increase enrollment rates. It is going to lower our operational costs. Renewals via mobile will save NHI significant amounts annually in terms of costs relating to ICT consumables, printers, toners.
Reporter for Joy News, Kwesi Debra.
And in the Upper West region, the Chief Executive for the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, Kwesi Agyeman, has revealed that from next year, the number of hours spent to register vehicles would be reduced to a maximum 1 hour. Currently, clients spend more than 9 hours to register their vehicles, a situation he describes as unacceptable. Kwesi Agyeman made the statement as part of his one-day whistle-stop to DVLA offices in the Upper West region. Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
The meeting between board and management team and staff of the War Office of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, is the first since the appointment of Chief Executive Kwesi Agyeman Buzia and the reconstituted board led by lawyer Frank Davis. Chief Executive of DVLA, Kwesi Agyeman, stated that his outfit is working on 6 thematic areas aimed at giving clients the best of service. The move will also get rid of middlemen, popularly known as Goro boys.
We give room to the bad guy. The Goro boy will say, if you're going to travel 4 or 5 hours, I can give it to you in 15 minutes. So he'll give you a fake paper, which will not pass the sniff test enforcement. If we do our job right, we will put the Goro boy out of business.
Rolling out the 2019 plan of the DVLA, Mr. Agyeman said the focus will be to reduce the number of hours that people spend in their offices to maximum 1 hour.
We don't see why somebody doing good work for a country, for himself, should stay in our offices the whole day just to register a vehicle. Why? 8 hours, 6 hours. It's just too much time. We're heading to the peak season, January, February, March into April. The lines are as long as you can imagine. We think that now that we've brought some sanity into the driver licensing, we want to do the same for vehicle registration. What does that mean? We are aiming for 1 hour beyond SEP's process. When you get to the DVLA proper process, 1 hour, you should be in and out and go about and do your business and continue with your life for the day instead of spending a whole day at DVLA.
He also revealed that Uber and taxi services will also be regulated.
It has come into our focus where by the beginning of the year, Uber services and Taxify and so forth will be distinguishedly identified with a sticker on their windshields that we know this is an Uber service and that this is not. It's a private vehicle. It will have to renew the roadworthiness twice a year because it's being used for commercial service. And the insurance will also have to cover passengers when they board these things.
Board chairman of DVLA, Frank Davis, urged the workers to work together as a team to give up their best for the betterment of the authority.
I can see your enthusiasm. I realize that you are determined to work, and I encourage all of you not to feel that you are just here because you want to be here. Try and create a relationship of belonging to the authority. It is only when you are happy and appreciate the work you're doing that would generate your zeal to work.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
That's it for the latest news update. Please join us. We'll have more news. We'll be looking at the newspapers. And we'll look at majonline.com, notably. But we'll bring you the latest sports headlines. And we'll bring you all that there is about to know about the passing of the Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency, Manuel Chemantinge Jakum. He was a regular on our show. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back after this short break.